everybody, and welcome to more Tech Talk here at Nerdly. And well, I'm kind of excited. Yeah, this is fun stuff to work on. Um, but I'm excited to be here with Laura again for part two of setting up our high-level AI employees. Yesterday, we spent the entire day basically. We did get to a little bit of the AI employee at the end, was going through Hey Levi and making sure that was set up to be optimized so that we had all of those bits and pieces uh, baked into the system so that we can really maximize our copy creation, our brainstorming, our business and project mapping, and making sure that we are getting all the right context. And today we are digging into training the actual AI employee. So just as a quick recap of what we went through yesterday at the end about the AI employee, you have a couple of different things to look at here, right? Oh, let me actually start sharing. How about that? All right. So we have our conversational AI. So we want to enable the Summer of AI promo. That's going to get you the unlimited AI employee for free for 30 days. If you need the link to grab that, or if you're not sure, just hit us up in the DMs on Facebook, Instagram, or shoot us a text. Anyway. So with the conversational AI, you have a couple of different things to look at, right? And before we even get to that, let me go back here. Knowledge base. This is what I was going to.
Screen, my love.
Oh, no?
Nope.
I gotta add it to the stage.
There we go.
Great when I'm great, not when I'm not, y'all. Like,
it's
humans.
Normal life.
It's a thing. So first is we want to make sure that we have our knowledge base, right? We have a whole quick start guide here that's going to walk you through how to do that, right? And what's cool is you can have multiple AI bots with different AI knowledge bases for each one, right? And this is really important, right? As Laura will tell you, it is not fun when you have a current client talking to a bot that thinks it's a prospect. Not the vibe we're going for, right? We're trying to create a more humanistic experience. So this is going to give you all the technical bits and bobs, right? We're not going to dig into that today. If you want to learn more about the bits and bobs, come hit us up. We got you. But really, coming into the knowledge base is pretty simple, right? You got your web crawler, so you can go through all your links. If you're a high-level agency, right, like you got to make a decision: are you being upfront about being a white label, or are you not telling them? Because if you are telling them, you know what else you can add into this knowledge base on top of whatever white label knowledge base you have, on top of purchase, on top of whatever trainings you've done, you can add in high levels and lead connectors, help docs, right? So those are all things that you can bring in, right? Every website you've done, every page that you've got, so you can see in here in Laura's, she's got all of her URLs in here, right? So, and when you come in here to the web crawler, just so you know, just so you can see what it looks like. Let's come here. We're going to do a web crawler. So then we would add in another page here, right? And so once you put in that domain, it will give you the option, do you want to collect all paths? So here's the thing. If you have been using your subdomains, I know some of y'all nerds love playing with the subdomains. Those are their own like URL web crawler. You'd have to go in for each subdomain and add it in, right? Your FAQs, right? These are going to be very specific things that you are used to people asking, right? These are quick and easy. You can build your own FAQ. You can build your own knowledge base. So this is a great way to start before you have a knowledge base, right? Like, what are the top 5 questions you wanted to answer? And then beyond that, like, take a message and open a ticket, right? And if you want to know more about that, just let us know. We have a whole snapshot on, well, we have two different types of ticketing systems, one leveraging opportunities, and one we updated with the custom objects. So you can do it in your same main sub account to run your agency on, which is pretty cool. Because using the opportunities, you have to have it in a separate sub account. Ooh, oh, that's going to be fun. Table files. That's going to be delightful. More on that later. Okay. So we're adding in that. We got our FAQs, we got our web crawlers, right? These are your knowledge bases, right? If you want, say you're a coach, right? And you want to have a knowledge base of, say, Laura wants to have one on paid clients. Or actually, because you're Simply Fantastic is the course, right? The coaching program.
So Simply Fantastic does Pinterest results and organic management
So
is what
I
we're
guess let
keeping
me
it.
let me
I
clarify.
have,
So if we were to make one that a knowledge base for your paying clients so they can ask basically Laura 24/7, what would you call that knowledge base?
Simply Fantastic.
Okay. Simply
Yeah.
Fantastic clients. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. This is the Ask Laura knowledge base for paying clients. Right. So I wonder, can I duplicate a knowledge base? That would be cool. No. Okay. So what you'll do with this one, Laura,
Yeah.
is you can add in all of your trainings, all of your modules, anything and everything that you've done. And this will be how you create your bot, your Ask Laura bot. So
Awesome.
I know you've been thinking. We've had conversations about it, about like this is where you're going. So I just wanted you to know, like this is the foundation of that,
Awesome.
right? So you can have multiple knowledge bases and multiple bots within your account, and then you can decide which ones handle which channels, which sections. There's a lot of different customization you can do there. Um, so I think that's where you're going to end up wanting to go, and it's it's going to be great. I'm excited. Okay,
Yeah.
I love when I see things like kind of like flow in front of my face. That's when the spicy brain comes in handy, and it's like, oh, there's everything in front of me. Okay, so then over here in conversational AI, right? So then we're going to come into this guy, and so we're going to see bot training. What knowledge base, right? We're not going to put this one on the Simply Fantastic clients. This is going to be the new leads knowledge base, right? Everyone tracking on why we're doing that? Because we want to, this one, we are training to handle prospects, right? So that's why it's going to be really important. So like when you're working on training your bot, write all this out in a doc. Like, right, we can have a conversation with, like, let's take this and let's wrong tab. Let's watch this. Let's see what. Okay. So if I go here, so this is, let's start a new conversation. So this is the brainstorm AI, by the way. So this is just, think of it as opening a GPT conversation. And here you're selecting what brand and the product that you're working on.
Results.
So is this base results? Okay.
Yeah. It'll be off. It'll be allowed for both of them, but results is really the one I want to focus on because that's the
Yeah.
main way people come to me.
Okay. So we are training. So what Laura and I have done yesterday, we got through all of this, right? And now I was actually skipping ahead. I forgot. I like to go out of order, Laura. It's my favorite.
That's
Like
fun.
let's skip the minutia and get right to playing with the toys.
Heck yeah.
So Laura reviewed what we came up with yesterday to make sure that everything was on brand and really what she wanted it to say, right? And that's a big thing with AI. Even as awesome as the tools that I use and the way I leverage it, there's some things that I can, like whatever, maybe not always review, but I have someone else review it. Something like this, that this is something that I would want to have final review on personally, right? You as the business owner, you as the agency owner, right? Uh, Even if you hire somebody like myself to help you map this out, you as the business owner want to review this because people are humans and they can make mistakes, right? And if a mistake is made in the creation of the AI, it's just going to get exacerbated. And also, this is a great opportunity for you as the business owner to learn about how to leverage AI better. Because it's not just like what is the best prompt, it's understanding the reasoning behind it. Like, if you understand why we have to add this context in there, then every tool is pretty much can you click the right buttons, right? It is understanding the comprehension on how to use these tools. I was actually talking to my coach, Sarge, and he was saying, "Yeah, I'm like a caveman when it comes to AI. Like, I can get in there, I can click on the clickety clacks, but I don't really know what I'm asking, and I'm not going to get the right answers." And that's because you need to have all of the context, right? What if it doesn't give you, even as things like formatting, right? If you're having it create docs, you create images, you have to give it all of that context. And the reality of you having like putting all that in every single time, unless you're using some really cool workflows, which I'll show you in a little bit. Maybe not today, but I will show you guys because I showed Laura my discovery called AI Flow and it's sexy. So let's dig in here. So Laura, how's everything in here? We've got through our initial prompts. We've got collecting contact information.
Yep.
Um,
So essentially in here, it will talk to them as if it's
so
dated.
do we want to respell? So the one thing with email, oh, and you don't need to do this. Hold on, wait. I was on a call about this
Perfect.
on the product call. Uh, where are we at? Goals?
Yeah.
Is
So it's
it
in
down
that.
here?
It's
Yeah,
in that.
add contact info. Okay, so now, aha, ha. So you don't have to add that in anymore because you can just click this button and it's going to add it on the call,
Okay.
which is
So
really important because if you don't add the stuff until after the call and a workflow is triggered because of the call, then things get all wibbly wobbly. And they just changed it. It's very exciting.
I was gonna say because I thought um that it didn't have the name and email in this thing
Yeah.
for
So
the
which contact fields we want to update?
yeah, but look right below that. So go take like unclick
Oh,
that and it says right there and for name, email, and phone number, skip this information and put it
oh.
into your
Okay.
prompt.
So then okay. That was not what they said they were going to do. This was
Yeah.
just a call last week, and I was very excited about it that they were just going to
So
do
maybe it
this
just
and have
hasn't
it built
updated
in.
yet. Maybe it just
Yeah.
hasn't updated yet.
Okay. So make sure, do you want to have it spell their email out for them to make sure it's capturing it correctly?
What is your what do you mean? So the prompt
Excuse
that
me.
I say thanks for that
So like if
contact
they,
name.
yeah, and then you can say like uh, spell out their email and verify that you got it correct
Okay.
before updating their contact.
Yeah, that's fine.
I correct. And then update the contact with the verified email address.
So
There we
then you don't want number two.
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. that should have gone under number 2.
That's okay. So right before the weight.
Um, oh, I see. Okay, so you asked about the email in the name collection instead of
Yeah.
email collection.
Yes.
Okay, so I would put this down here.
Got it.
So I would say, like if you have like a little tagline, or you could just say, hold on, let me go get that out of, where am I going here? Okay, so all right, so you are David, dedicated for. Sorry, I thought I pasted this in there so you had the base of ours in there
Oh,
to
no, that's fine.
reference.
No worries.
At there we go. Let me just get this whole bit in here because there's uh rename this to Nerdly Samantha. Yeah. Okay, so we got the background info, and then we got instructions for handling callers' queries. Check whether the question matches the tool's trigger condition. So, like if you have a tool, if you have a trigger that matches that, you want to make sure that they loop out of that and go to the workflow.
Yes. So we want
And
that.
then, mm-hmm.
Okay. If the caller asks a
Oh,
question.
and this one, how can I assist you in making your business operation smoother today? Um, this is where you could put like a little simply fantastic vibey dude there.
Okay.
All right. So you guys remember, so look at all this context, right? So we're coming here, we're telling it instructions for handling the queries, right? Understanding the needs, presenting solutions, highlighting unique value propositions, addressing customer avatar needs, competitor differentiation, encourage action, and the call, feedback request. And then we got general rules for handling query, like avoiding asking further detail regarding the query and do not repeat the same sentence verbatim, right? Like a lot of these little idioms, these little bits and bobs, We have we even have a set script for the inbound call, right? And like this is how here we go. Yeah, this is why I was asking about the email section, right? This getting this specific because there are how many ways to say period? Period, dot, decimal point, right? Like it's those things that you may not think, like why on earth would someone think that, right? It's the English language. It is very confusing. So all these bits and pieces creating the person, right? Because you got to think about this. This is you're giving it personality, you're giving it parameters, right? This way, you know, like everything is going to be to the detailed amount of exactly what you want it to be, right? And all
Yeah.
these stuff that I've covered, all these sections, right? What are your solutions? Value propositions, avatar needs, competitor differentiation. Guess where we can easily get all of this from? We can get it from our Hey Levi, that our AI copywriter that we worked on yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so you can have a conversation.
So I have most
I
of
know
it
you got all your
now.
stuff. I was just bringing that context for everybody else.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say I have most of it now in the V2 for you.
Okay. Awesome. So just go through
At
here.
least for a start. So, and I
Yeah.
can always
So
go in
this
and
is definitely
edit
go
it.
through all of this. And then, so what I was going to say, like, and this is like an ongoing thing,
Yep.
is you can take this, copy the whole thing, come back in to your Hey Levi to have a conversation. Let's start a new one. And then we're saying fantastic results. We're going to start a chat. Okay. Um, you are an AI employee, prompt, prompt engineer. You're also review all of this and let me know what else I can add to maximize and optimize the client experience when interacting with my AI employee so they um, get the best client experience possible for their needs. All right. And yes, this is how I talk to my AI all day long. And then I paste,
Too.
oh, it's an upgrade to unlock. You're being a jerk. Okay. So let me go back over here. Hold on. Where is it's over here? 1 second. Okay, so then maybe I need to put in the 999 instead of 0. It's always fun learning stuff when you're doing live demos. Live demos are my favorite, y'all.
Whoop whoop.
Always something interesting. Okay, don't be flying. Let's go over here. All right, so let's go here. Sorry, guys. I am so Laura. While I'm doing this, you want to just keep on going through those little bits and bobs.
I got you. I believe I just finished it. So it should all be updated in the version 2 now.
Wonderful. See, I love it. See, the universe knew that I needed to be waylaid so you could finish your piece. And see, you
Yeah.
guys, even when you're getting done for you services, right? Like you have to participate. Like this is a point I need to drive home to everybody. Because
Yeah.
you need to yeah, it is
It's your
you're
business
not
at
going to
the
get the
end of the
results you
day.
want,
Yeah.
right? Like we can be here, we can body double, we can hold your hand, we can type the things in. But you got to put your emotions, your energy, your vibe into it, or you're not going to get the results that you want. Um,
Yeah, for
okay,
sure.
so let me try this again.
So now when we're doing this, are we breaking it up? And maybe I'm skipping ahead, but like when we're under the bot goals and it has like the personality and the intent and the additional information, are we breaking it up into that? Or are we putting it all into one of those like 3 different times? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you. Hold on one
Okay.
second. We're going to get you there.
Okay.
Oh, that's because we're in conversation AI or voice AI right now. That's why. That's why it looks different. Okay. But goals. So, yeah, where are you, Laura?
In where you are for the prospects. So
Okay,
I
so this
haven't
is
updated
conversation
them.
AI.
Yeah, I haven't updated them into here. I just have it on the Google Doc that we were working on. So that's why I'm wondering
That's
like where.
because, yeah. So I was in the voice AI.
Oh, got it.
Voice AI. You put it all in one place.
Got it. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, so I will be doing the voice AI. I wanted to start a marketing campaign where I like post out on socials and whatever, like have a Pinterest question, text me and let me help you answer, right? And so that was going to be like the whole marketing lead in to be able to serve people's questions. And if they're quick questions, great. Like go about your day. Like I had someone send me a Facebook message today asking about if this type of pin is still a good type of pin. I answered, said yes. She said, great, thanks. Like I'm here to serve, but I also want to make sure that if they need the support after answering the questions, that my bot knows how to either get them on a call with me or get them into my results trial. And that's the SMS side. Then we're going to take it to the next piece and do the calling side.
All right. So,
And you can keep playing in this. I know we talked before we started, but I have like 3 or 4 minutes
yeah.
left. And then I'm
So
gonna
I was
bounce
just
out.
putting this in here so you had this reference.
Yeah.
So because there's
Oh,
two
perfect.
areas that you need to set it up in. And I went in two very different times. I went through a bunch of training on the voice AI, which is why this one is like all fluid versus this one was the first one that I did. So they're a little bit different.
Yep.
So, but this helps you kind of structure it for each of those sections. So
Okay.
then the next thing you want to look at, right, is in here. Do you want it? Do you want the bot to be able to book an appointment for you, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So then you would need to click here, and then we are like, what kind of appointment do you want it to book? Do you want it
The
to
the pin
fully?
chat.
Yeah. So you selected pin chat.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
So
I
yeah,
do
we don't
want it
want to
to
check that
go.
because you want it to actually be able to book the call. I love
Yes.
this. This has saved me. Oh my gosh. Just think about it, right? Like if all your content says DM me, right? Or you do the comment to start a conversation, and then you have your AI take over and try to have a conversation with them, right? Like it'll
Yeah.
have the workflow guy go, but you can also have the AI try to step in. It's pretty baller.
No, I'm excited, but I do think that we should trigger the workflow after booking. So
Yes.
that one check mark because I do have a like confirmed appointment workflow that.
Oh, if you already do, it's gonna fire that. This is, do you want something specific fired?
Oh, got it. Okay.
Like
No, yeah.
your AI just booked a appointment for you. right? This way, like, is this someone, like, how they came in,
Got it.
right? It could be adding a tag onto them, it could be posting in Slack. This is
Got it.
giving you, again, right? Context and data is king. This is
Yep.
telling you this person came in through here. You can add tags. So then, ooh, dashboards. Then we can have the data that tells us how many calls were booked by the AI.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay. Sorry, Kate. I just created a side project for you. Side quest. Gotta add a new dashboard module. Because I mean, how sexy is that data to know how many times you got an appointment booked because of that?
A million
Um,
percent. Yep.
and then so what I do is I have a workflow is oh wait, no, that's yours. Yeah, perfect. I think it's just really important that anytime someone is interacting with your AI, that you get a notification to just go double check, right?
Yep. Yep.
Like
And so that's
this
why I
isn't
wanted
a.
this to go to different, so like those tags that we put in, right? Then it would go to a different AI bot. So then I
I
can
would do.
keep going with
I
the
would do a
lead.
value. I think doing a field, like having a because it's whether they're a client or not, right?
It's whether they're a client or a coaching member. So a paying person versus a new person.
Oh, okay. So you don't do it here. You would have it trigger the workflow, right? Oh, it's gonna. Okay, there. Yeah, I'm curious to see if the tags is gonna work here.
Okay.
Um, because I would say a value, like a field, like if they have X tag, then add this value or update this field. So
Yeah.
it'd be like a two-part situation.
Okay.
But I think that's what would really do it. And then you can have the if else from whatever, like, tag, field, anything.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna keep talking through this so that you have that reference. But
Yeah.
then I know you've got but this is, I think, basically done at this point,
Yeah.
right? And then
So
it's
then
just
then on my document, I guess one quick question on my document that we were putting together. So on version 2, I have it changed with all the information but for SMS, not a caller. So can I put the background information, instructions, and like general rules in the personality section if that's what I want it to be?
yeah. So say more. I'm not quite sure I
So,
understood what you were asking.
yep. So if I want to break this out, to put it into what we have right now, right? So personality, intent, and additional information.
Hmm.
This version 2 is everything that I would want. So is there a certain
Yeah.
way to break it out? Like this top section would be like what I have highlighted right now. Would that be everything that I put into personality?
Yeah. Yeah, that
Okay.
gives it additional context. And this way you have those different pieces that you need. Um, yeah,
Okay.
that is actually, I don't know why I didn't do that before, because then that's just doubling down. That's giving it additional context and information and framework.
Yes.
Yeah, I like this. All right, I'm
Okay.
actually going to go update mine the same way and play around with it. Because I actually had my AI answering Cloudflare questions.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, it is pretty rad what it is capable of. So what do you
Awesome.
have yours hooked up to right now?
What hooked up to?
Um, channels.
Just SMS and chat widget and live chat. Because I want this one to be only for texting.
Okay, so do you have live chat in the on your widget on your
Yeah.
site?
Yes.
On which one? Simply
Uh,
Fantastic.
no, I think it's the lower right with the blog page there.
Oh, okay, but this isn't the live chat. So there's another widget you want to use.
Okay.
So
And I'm gonna let you show me that
yeah,
on this video, but I gotta
yep.
run. Sorry,
Get out of here,
friend.
dude. You're no apologies.
Okay,
I gotta switch gears myself soon. So,
okay.
but we're gonna go here.
I did update the bot stuff in the bot goals too. So if you needed to play with something, feel free to do
Awesome.
so.
Yeah, because I wanted to make sure you had a communication platform to test it out with that's not going to charge you per text.
Oh, okay, perfect. That's
Yeah,
fine.
so even if it's you turn it on for like Instagram or Facebook, so that's why I'm going to set up the live chat for you. But as long as it's on for testing, you just don't want to like all of a sudden get a massive SMS bill.
Sounds good. All right.
All right,
Well, thank you
navigator.
very much. Okay.
All right. So we have our fancy new widget. Well, it's not even new. This is the chat HQ widget, which is pretty awesome. Let me go here. Come on, you. I'm gonna let that run, see if I can get it from my other account. No, it's not loading. All right, so I'll have to hop in that another time so that we can test it out. But it is a rad widget that gives you a bunch of options, much like this guy here. Uh, let's see. So without further ado, that is about all we got for time for today. That is a walkthrough of getting the AI employee set up. Um, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It is a rad tool. It is super helpful to do the work so you don't have to. All right, later, nerds.